Hi guys, in this video let's talk about the problem of balance nowadays in Lostark. In here, after accurate system open in Lostark, always balance problem is taught. It is very long history problems. In here also in season 2. And with the director Jaehak John's balance patch is happen one time average 2 to 3 months. But almost year of balance patch, still balance is broken because Arcgrid is released at last year September. Almost 1 year is gone, but balance is still broken. In year, except the tri-seasons, the new late is released, that there was no big problem in late clear even if balance is broken. Why? Because Lostark always released late easy and no damage lag situations. But this time, balance issues is become very big issues, very big fire in Inven and KL server in-game because of the Summer Luau director saying. What is then director said is, now he will release the new late normal mode easier than before, hard mode also easier than before, but nightmare mode case more difficult than before. Also, he said he will divide the user of nightmare users and non-nightmare users certificately, meaning nowadays the low combat score users also go the nightmare because he is okay with entrance because Lostark late is divide the entrance only based on item level. So because of these issues, some damage lag in the normal rooms are happen. So director said now he will release Nightmare very difficult. Like you guys feeling it as a maybe easier than the first mode, but you guys think as the first mode first week. In here, the first mode case, all users know it is very difficult, so all users give up the first week clear. Like this, director said many users should give up the first week of the nightmare, so he will divide the user full certificately with this new lace. So in meanings, nightmare mode need many times to try and high damage. Also, in Loaon, he said he will do the balance patch at the next week of Loaon. Please see it. Because director said with this Loaon, late will become very difficult. So balance is very important, so many people expect it because director said there will be balance patch. So many people thinking, oh, it will become very big balance patch. But result is no. Except the surface rework, there is only 2 to 3% nerf. Surface become the SS tier like the always roulette, and other classes maintain their own tier list, no tier list change. For a year of the balance patch, always 2 to 3% patch, rework patch, 2 to 3% patch, this concept is repeated. But because I always told that S tier gap between B tier gap is 20%. So in this 2 to 3% buff and nerf patch, there is no tier change, and in rework patch, except the rework class, there were no tier list change also. So if tier list is like the SS to the D tier 1 to 18th, and one balance patch is happen, after the 2 to 3% buff and nerf is happen, yes, maybe this number 4 class can go to the S tier, SS to S, but except this, there is no tier list change. But if there is the big rework patches happen and this 15 class is selected as the rework, then these 15 characters C tier become the S tier. This is N. Except this 15 class, all class maintain their own tier list. This type is happen and rework patches always only happen to the 1 to 2 class, meaning for a year only 5 to 6 class experience the tier change and other C to D classes are always C to D class after the Arcgrid release. This problem is happen with Arcgrid and many gate cap is happen in the Belgardin party. Then what's the problem of the nowadays balance is that I want to talk about the season 2. Thinking the season 2 when Sorceress is in its new class, so this become the very long time, this Sorceress is the king class. Yes, in that season, Sorceress class have very high damage. But is this class is well accepted to the tri-party? No. Why? Because, of course, Sorceresses have the very high damage than other classes, but don't have any push immune ability, low stagger, bad counter, sometimes don't use the counter in the skill build, No movement skill except space. If they use the X skill as space, damage loss become big and become weaker than other classes. So in near X skill, there is no X skill to them. High risk and high return system is happen to the sorceress. Bad try. So many issues are there with this class, but these issues, so low stagger, no movement, low HP, bad synergy, etc. many issues are solved with just high damage to the sorceress users. Now let's think about the nowadays top tier class Breaker. If this class get gate cap? No. Why? This Breaker have high damage because it is S tier, but also good staggers, good counter, high HP, good movement skills, many push immunity, low risk. Meaning, if he misses some skills to the boss but still can restore the identity gauge. Nowadays, S tier have all things, not only breakers, or SSS tier have this orb ability. Also, in Season 2, Sorceress also can win the better spec users, which are the lower tier than the Sorceress, but only when Sorceress do well and that spec gap is not big. But nowadays, combat score have meaning? No. S tier class always win the 1k combat score higher A to B tier class. And if that S tier is loose or user thinking that S tier user have the bad control or imposters, not A tier user have good controls. I'm always doing the party leader. Start with Kayangel hard mode first week clear. And if I should gather party for Belgardin, in my thinking that tier list when only the try case, supporter case, artist is king, bard is good, and there is big gap between the Valkyrie and Paladin. And there are the classes. Both class engraving is enlist S tier. Arcana, Breaker, Solitaire, Guardian Knight, Lancer, Destroyer. One of class engraving is S tier. Berserker, Striker, Swordfish, Scraper, Wardancer, Devil Hunter, Scouter, Demonic, Wild Sword, Aeromancer, Deathblade. Until these classes, if they come to me S tier class engravings, I will accept it even if their combat score is low. Why? Because lower combat score S tier class showing the better performance in the damage and other things like the gimmick ability, movement, survive, etc. many things. But one of the class engraving is good, A to B tier, so maximum is A to B. Slayer, Valkyrie, Artillerist, Gunslinger, Deathblade. Oh sorry, Deathblade is A. I misput it. Both class engraving is dead. Glaivier, Leaper, Summoner, Sorcery, Sharpshooter. If you are the leader, 8k combat score class is lose to the 6k S tier class. Why should I accept these classes? So that's why if I'm the party leader, I will just accept these S tiers and artist and bot. So I will reject all B to D class, only accept SSS to S class or plus A tier high combat score classes. Like the SSS to the S, 6k combat scores, A tier 6k combat scores. B to D tier, all reject, except casual's top 30 speedrun or casual's top 10 users. Then party is all gathered with SSS to the A party vs B to D tier party. Why? Because there is no reason that SSS tier class go with the B to D tier. So if you are the bard or artist, where you should go? Yes, they will not go to the B to D party. That's why B to D party can only gather the bard, paladin, Valkyrie, or very bad combat score artist and bard. Damage lag will be happen in the try. In these situations, this bad balance situation, director said, late will become very difficult, meaning low tier class should use more gold and time than S tier because of only character selections, class selections. That's why nowadays, if both of class engraving good, accept. One of class engraving is S, if you are doing S tier, accept, not reject. If one of class is A to B, high combat score, accept, no reject. Both class engraving is bad, sorry, reject. Because of these issues, balance issues and the late difficulty issue is both happen, SmartGate should balance patch well, but nowadays, SmartGate don't do well. So what's the SmartGate's balance patch method is doing pinball. Select 2 to 3 random classes, rework, get OP. Other class, get the 2 to 3% buff, and still be 2D tier. This is the problem of the balance patch, why it become one more fire big in the invest in KR servers. Thank you for watching.